Mag-ask na lang ako on the kwan.
Is limited. There is a notable lack of research on how energy drink use directly impacts time management skills of nursing students, a group with unique academic and clinical demands. This study is grounded in Dorothea Orem's self-care deficit nursing theory, viewing energy drink consumption as a coping mechanism for self-care deficits in response to fatigue and stress. Next slide, please. So, the general objectives of the study is to determine the relationship between energy drink consumption and time management among nursing students handling academic and clinical demands. As for the specific objectives, number one is to identify the frequency and patterns of energy drink consumption among nursing students. Two, to assess the level of time management skills of nursing students in relation to academic and clinical responsibilities. Three, to examine the relationship between energy drink consumption and time management. Four, to compare energy drink consumption and time management across selected demographic variables, which are year level, gender, and clinical exposure. And five, to provide recommendations for healthier coping and time management strategies among nursing students. So, for the significance of this study, we expect this study to clarify if energy drink use supports or impairs time management among nursing students. The study benefits nursing students by increasing awareness of how energy drink use affects health and time management. Faculty and administrators can design wellness programs, healthcare partners can understand student challenges, and future researchers can use it as a basis for further studies. So for our theoretical framework, our study is based on Dorothea Orem's self-care deficit nursing theory, which states that people are responsible for maintaining their health through self-care. For nursing students, drinking energy drinks can be seen as a way to cope with fatigue and stress. This theory helps us see whether that coping method is truly effective or if it negatively affects their well-being and time management. Our conceptual framework shows that energy drink consumption may affect how nursing students manage their time. The independent variable is energy drink use, and the dependent variable is time management skills like setting goals and meeting deadlines. We also included year level, gender, and clinical exposure as factors that might influence this relationship.
Our study will use a cross-sectional survey design to look at how energy drink use will be related to time management skills with data gathered at one point in time. The participants will be second-year nursing students from Western Mindanao State University. They will be chosen through random sampling since they are actively engaged in both academic and clinical work. Eligible participants will be 18 years or older, currently enrolled, and willing to provide consent. Those who are on leave without clinical exposure, taking stimulant medications with sleep disorders, or those who refuse consent will not be included. Data will be analyzed using statistical package for the social sciences or SPSS. Descriptive statistics will summarize demographics, energy drink use, and time management scores, followed by tests such as correlations, chi-square, and regression. Missing data will be handled by deletion or imputation. That concludes the first title. We will now proceed to our title 2.
Tash, nagalag ata si Tash, guys.
Nawala sa bar.
Sino pwede mag-take over kay Tash muna?
Ako na lang magbasa.
Sige na, basahin lang ha.
Ako.
Go na.
Game. Antibiotic self-medication is a public health concern linked to antimicrobial resistance. Nursing students may be prone to this practice due to easy drug access, familiarity with medications, and academic demands. RA 10918 Article 4 regulates antibiotic dispensing, highlighting the importance of legal literacy. Existing literature addresses the prevalence and risk of antibiotic self-medication among healthcare students. However, there is a lack of empirical evidence on whether awareness and understanding of RA 10918 Article 4 influence self-medication practices among nursing students. This study is grounded in Dorothea Oren's self-care deficit nursing theory, viewing antibiotic self-medication as a result of knowledge gaps, with legal literacy on RA 10918 guiding safer self-care practices. For our objectives of the study, the general is to determine the relationship between legal literacy on RA 10918 Article 4 and the practice of antibiotic self-medication among fourth-year nursing students at SWIM2. For our specific objectives, first we have is to assess the level of legal literacy of fourth-year nursing students regarding RA 10918 Article 4, then to determine the prevalence and patterns of antibiotic self-medication among the participants. Next is to examine the association between legal literacy and the practice of antibiotic self-medication, then to identify demographic and academic factors such as age, gender, clinical exposure that may influence legal literacy and self-medication behaviors. Lastly is to provide evidence-based recommendations for enhancing awareness and responsible antibiotic use among nursing students. For our significance of the study, we aim to assess nursing students' legal literacy on RA 10918 Article 4 and to examine the link or the relationship of the antibiotic self-medication. For our target beneficiaries, we have nursing students since our study aims to improve their awareness and understanding of RA 10918. Then next is for faculty and administration. Our findings is to enhance the nursing curriculum. For healthcare institutions, the nurses graduate to understand law and ethical aspects of medication use. They can actually promote safe antibiotic use and improving patient safety. For policymakers, with the use of our research results, this can strengthen the implementation and enforcement of RA 10918. Then for future researchers, this can serve as their reference materials or foundation for future studies that are inclined to legal literacy and self-medication. For theoretical framework, we use next slide. We use Dorothea Oram self-care deficit theory, since this can support or show that having the right knowledge on RA 10918 can actually help nursing students make safe self-care choices about antibiotics and prevent self-care deficits. For our conceptual framework, the first arrow shows that the first arrow that connects the legal literacy on RA 10918 Article 4 to the self-medication practices signifies that there is a significant relationship between the two, and also um, this can actually influence how often or how likely nursing students are to self-medicate with antibiotics. For the next arrow, moderating variables does not directly cause self-medication practices. However, this can alter or influence how legal literacy affects the self-medication behavior.
For the methodology, this study will use a quantitative descriptive correlational design. It will assess nursing students' legal literacy on RA 10918 Article 4, the prevalence of antibiotic self-medication and the relationship between the two. Purposive sampling will be used, targeting fourth-year nursing students of FIMSU due to their exposure to pharmacology, nursing law, and clinical practice. Sample size will be determined using Slovin's formula with a 5% margin of error and 95% confidence level. This study will include fourth-year BS nursing students officially enrolled at IMSU who consent to participate and are present during data collection. Excluded are nursing students from lower year levels, fourth-year students on academic leave or are not enrolled during the study period, and those with incomplete or invalid survey responses. Descriptive statistics, frequency, percentage, mean, and standard deviation will summarize demographics, legal literacy levels, and self-medication patterns. Chi-square tests and correlations using Pearson's experiment will determine the association between variables. That's all. Now we're going to proceed to the third title.
For the third title, the relationship between sleep patterns and clinical performance in special areas among Level 3 nursing students at WIMSU. For a brief introduction, nursing students face heavy academic and clinical demands causing irregular sleep, fatigue, and reduced alertness. Lack of sleep impairs cognitive function and performance, especially in high stakes areas like the operating and delivery rooms. Clinical performance requiring precision and critical thinking is highly affected by sleep deprivation. Most studies focus on academic outcomes rather than clinical performance in special areas. Few studies examine how sleep patterns directly affect nursing students' clinical performance in high pressure settings. This study is guided by Orem's self-care deficit nursing theory, highlighting self-care behaviors needed to maintain health. Adequate sleep is a key self-care requisite that supports optimal functioning and clinical performance.
The general objective of this study is to examine the relationship between sleep patterns and clinical performance in special areas among level 3 nursing students at WIMSU. The specific objectives is first is to describe the sleep patterns of level 3 nursing students. Second, to assess the clinical performance of nursing students in special areas such as the operating room and the delivery room. Third, to determine the relationship between sleep patterns and clinical performance. Fourth, to identify the demographic
This study may depend.
factors such as age or gender that may influence sleep patterns and clinical performance. And lastly is to provide recommendations for promoting healthy sleep practices to support clinical competence.
Significance of the study. This study will benefit the following: nursing students by increasing awareness of the importance of healthy sleep habits and their impact on clinical performance, faculty and clinical instructors by helping them design strategies to support students' well-being while improving clinical competence, healthcare institutions by fostering safer and more effective nursing practice through better prepared students, policymakers and curriculum developers by providing evidence to integrate sleep health and self-care management in nursing education, and lastly, for future researchers who may use this study as a reference for exploring health behaviors and clinical outcomes among students. For our theoretical framework, we utilize Dorothea Orem's self-care deficit nursing theory as our guide, viewing adequate sleep as a critical self-care behavior necessary for optimal function and clinical performance. In our conceptual framework, we have sleep quality and sleep duration as our independent variable, pointing to clinical performance as our dependent variable, and we have age and sex as our moderating variable. Ta.
For our methodology, the study will use a quantitative descriptive correlational design to examine the relationship between sleep patterns and clinical performance among level 3 BS nursing students. The sampling design, respondents will be selected through purposive sampling from level 3 students of WIMSU assigned to special areas such as the operating room and delivery room. The sample size will be determined using the Slovin's formula at a 95% confidence level and a 5% margin of error. For the inclusion and exclusion criteria, the inclusion criteria will include officially enrolled level 3 nursing students assigned to OR and or DR who voluntarily participate, while exclusion criteria cover students from other year levels, those not in special areas, and those with incomplete responses. And lastly, for the plan of data analysis, data will be gathered using the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index or PSQI and analyzed through Pearson correlation and regression analysis. with a significance level set at p less than 0.05. So that is all for our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Stop na muna tayo for now kasi parang useless lang din kasi hindi tayo kompleto. So, need natin pa rin mag-join be mindful of the time. Kasi di tayo actually yung magre-report kanina sa mga nagsabi lang ng parts ng kasama nila. So guys, yun na nga, sabi nila may timer daw talaga, 15 minutes. So as much as possible, kung sa part ninyo, wag na pahabain talaga. Like I said before, wag na pahabain, get straight to the point. And if ever na may dagdag naman kayo information, wag yung mahaba talaga na to the point na di na kayo magbibigay ng oras sa ibang groups kasi 15 minutes yun, 5 minutes lang tayo per subgroup, 3 titles yun. So, parang, no, may minus ata yun. So, ngayon, yun na yung sinabi ko, parang mag-set kayo ng timer para sa ninyo, sa pag-report ninyo, ha? Sa pagsalita. Kasi need natin ipagkasya yan lahat within 15 minutes. Yeah. Kami din mahirapan yun sa last title kasi kami ang magra-rap. Pero minsan din di talaga ma-hold back ba na mag-add info kasi defense nga yun. Pero don't worry naman you'll have the opportunity to defend it, like mag-give more information kung magtatanong na ang mga panelist. So like, dun yun na dun yun na i-release lahat ng knowledge ninyo. Bale sa defense, like sa mismong presentation, yung anong nasa PPT, yun na muna and a little bit more of information. Yung more information, later na yan sa pag-ask ng panelist. So again din, remind ko sa inyo, let's try not to argue with the panelist, ha? Kasi sila yan ang tutulong sa atin. And of course naman, sila din mag-grade sa atin. And sabi din man ni Ma'am Ordiales, yung advisor natin is magde-defend sa atin. And hopefully, i-defend tayo ni Ma'am Leor. Let's hope. Char. I feel ko i-defend niya naman tayo. Pero yun na nga. Malamang i-defend naman talaga tayo. Siya pa nga gumawa ng natin, ng paper natin. Good. May at mag-meet at magsali ata talaga yan siya. Parang wala naman event sa Monday. Sana na lang magsama siya. lang siya. For real. Dapat talaga mag-attend yan siya. So, yun na nga ha. Be mindful of the time. Then after, let's try not to argue. And instead, let's accept the recommendations ng judges. And kung ano man yung topic na gagawin, of course, we'll all help each other in that topic. Tapos din, di ba, nag-ask ako last time yung mga PM shifts. Na-take note ko na yun. So, if ever, like, tapos ng defense natin, mag-start na tayo chapters 1 to 3, lang ba? Okay lang ba yan sa inyo if like gawin ko ang due date is mga Tuesday, example, Wednesday man tayo gamit, no, kay ma'am, ganun. So, punta tayo dun sa kanya, tapos ganyan, give siya ganyan pointers sa atin, blah, blah, blah. Tapos ganyan, iset ko ang due date is around Monday, ganun. The next week. Okay na yun. Kasi may PM shift kasi.
Okay lang.
Okay na yun ha, basta bale pagka na yun, pagka Wednesday ng that week, magpunta tayo sa kanya ta's bigay siya pointers or mag-check siya. So, the rest of the week up until Monday until Monday the following week, may time tayo na mag-adjust or mag-make. Tapos guys, din since nag-set naman ng ng due date, please follow din. Wag late mag-submit kasi research to, so need talaga natin on time. Kaya need din talaga ng advisor natin siya, i-check siya. Kaya tayo yan ang pagalitan kung di tayo mag-submit ng early. Ay naku. Ganyan na talaga guys. So, unfortunately nga nung kasi wala dito pag-check pinalitan na niya pa. Feel ko din palitan niya yan. Kaya sabi niya last time inis daw siya magtingin tas mali-mali ang grammar. Siya na daw yan mag-change. So hopefully naman ayusin niya lang din. That naman yung mag-change talaga siya ng ng contents. Kaya tayo din naman yan ang mahirapan tulad ng concept paper. Although magaan naman siya, pero mali grabe din ang kanya. Ang mga reference niya very outdated. Kasi siya pa naman yung research advisor natin. Ay naku ma'am. Pero na yun. So bukas, ano ba? Free time natin. Di ako available 5:30. May exam kami. May mag-meet ba yan ang natin, CHN Lab? Parang di man gamit sa atin si Ma'am Kaburnay, oy. Try natin na lang. Kung
Oo, Day,
hapon,
nasa hospital pa si ma'am.
Kaya tayo siya
now.
super busy talaga siya.
Okay na. Ay, oo pala no, may surgery yun si ma'am.
Andun siya
nagpapagaling
sa
kayo.
guys.
Nandun pa rin yun sa hospital.
Nasa Zampen pa siya, guys.
Ay, shesh. Ando, pagaling ma'am
Di, kahit
Kaburnay.
na, busy rin talaga siya. Kahit kung
Oo.
dito siya sa school.
So, if ever di siya mag-meet bukas, tayo ha, mag-mock defense tayo bukas. Like face to face. Kasi need natin, like, siya like yung actual kuno na defense. Kasi iba yan ng online sa actual F2F. Doon wala na mga delay ganun, dahil sa internet. So, actual na talaga sa pagsalita. Okay? So far, so good naman siya. Lang mindful lang ata tayo sa time natin and be prepared sa mga questions na tatanungin. Yun na nga, as much as possible, hindi lang isa mag-answer ng questions kasi baka mag-init yan ang ulo ng mga ng mga panelists, bakit ikaw lang nag-a-answer ng question ganun, tas magtanong sa iba ganun, tas tas ganyan na mas kabahan na yun ng iba. So, parang magkalma-kalma lang, know your topic by heart. Char! Tapos, yun na. Let's be prepared, guys. Kaya sa Wednesday na tayo mag-topic defense. After ng med-surg pa talaga. Okay. So, that's it for tonight. Let's all meet tomorrow. Char! Let's all meet tomorrow. May klase man talaga tayo. Med-surg pa nga eh. Okay. Okay, yun na.
Bye. Pass.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sana makapas lahat.